same question to you, Mr. Ocker. Do you need me to repeat it?
No, I'm good. Any governmental entity that has taxing authority should only take exactly what they need to provide the services that they are in place to provide. While my opponent stands on his record of fiscal conservatism by maintaining that he has kept a stable tax rate, I would submit that 154 of the 254 counties in the state of Texas during that same period dropped their tax rate. That's important. Also, one of the things that I think is very telling about how we have gone about getting our increases, if you look at the three areas of the property tax assessments in total numbers, our business personal property tax has gone up 57%, our residential has increased 55%, and our commercial and industrial has only increased 6.9%. And that number is only above the 03 number for 2009. Folks, we're in some serious trouble here, and if we don't start changing the way we look at our budgetary process at the county level, it's only going to get worse.
Thank you both. The next question is for both candidates. Mr. Ocker, you will go first. Where would you like to see Victoria in 4 years, and how would you help get us there?
Where I'd like to see Victoria in 4 years is I would like every person in every facet of our community, regardless of their education level, regardless of their station in life, regardless of their age, regardless of their educational attainment, have a place at the table. I want these various boards and commissions for which the Commissioners Court appoints these members to look like our community. I want everyone to feel like they have an opportunity here. I want businesses to feel like the tax man is not out to get them. And I want everybody to feel like this is a place they can be proud of. You know, there's a lot of talk about investments whenever large companies want to come in here. We seem to turn our backs on the investments made by small business owners. You know, that $300,000 property may not look very huge on a balance sheet when you're talking about $5 billion worth of property, but to that person that erected that building or bought that building and turned it into a business, it's everything to them. I want them to feel like they have a seat at the table.
And Mr. Pozzi, the same question to you. Where would you like to see Victoria in 4 years, and how would you help us get there?
I would certainly like to see continue grow as it has in the past few years. We need continued growth. We need a larger tax base in this community. The more business and industry we draw to this community, then the better the taxpayers are going to be. Certainly, it's at those kinds of times when you have increase in business and industry appraisals that you can begin looking to give some relief to the taxpayers. Certainly those are the things we have looked at in the past. I think my opponent sometimes confuses me with the appraisal district, which I am not, but that's another story.
Thank you both. Our next question is also for both candidates, and Mr. Pozzi, you will go first. To have a successful intergovernmental relationship, you need a good working relationship with the mayor and city council. How do you consider the relationship in place with the mayor and the council?
When I first took office, the relationship between the city and county government was, quite frankly, pretty strained for reasons really unbeknown to me. But I've worked very diligently and very hard the last 8 years to improve certainly the communication between city and county government, to improve the majority of things that we do together, and there are a lot of them to save taxpayer dollars. I had a very good working relationship with the former city manager, the former mayor. I have a very good relationship with the present city manager and the present mayor, and I hope to have that same relationship with the future city manager. We city and county government officials, at least at that level, talk very often about things that go on in this community that affect taxpayer lives daily, and we have built an excellent working relationship for the betterment of this community.
Thank you. Mr. Ocker, the same question to you. Would you like me to repeat it?
No, I have it. Thank you. It is extremely important. The city and the county must work hand in hand. It's the only incorporated city within the county limits. Contrary to popular belief, not every member of the Victoria City Council hates my guts. The mayor and I may have our differences from time to time, but we're at least cordial with one another. But yes, it is extremely important. And one thing that I've maintained throughout this entire campaign is that if I'm elected, it won't be Matt Ocker walking in to have a meeting with the mayor, or Matt Ocker walking in to have a meeting with the president of the school board. It will be the county judge. And any personal feelings will be set aside at that point. It really doesn't matter how we feel about one another. One of the things that I've been extremely dismayed about is back in 2007, we passed a VISD bond that was extremely large. And then we had to go 2 years later, 2.5 years later, and have emergency meetings for overpasses and things of this nature when we have a metropolitan planning organization. I keep hearing about all this intergovernmental cooperation, but quite frankly, it's not bearing fruit in my opinion. So I would definitely work toward that. And it's not just about liking each other, it's about what's doing what's right and what needs to be done.
Okay. Let's see, this question will go to both of our candidates. And let's see, Mr. Ocker, you will start first. What is your experience in preparing large or any budgets? What did you think about this year's budget workshops and budget hearings?
I was unable to attend this year's budget workshops and hearings because of my work obligations, but I will say this. Prior to me starting my company in 2004, I was a laborer that worked that earned a living at an hourly wage. I then took my meager earnings I had collected. I was 26 at the time, and I started my own business. Within, I believe, 3 years, we grossed $1.2 million with that business, and I think the most employees I ever had at one time was 5. So trust me, I know how to efficiently use resources, I know how to budget, I know how to prioritize, and I can get the job done.
And Judge Pozzi, the same question to you.
Obviously, I was there for every budget meeting and every budget workshop. It was a very tough year, as we've said before. Very little, if any of it, of our doing. It's simply the way things have been around here for the last couple of years. I think we put together an extremely well thought out, fundamental, balanced budget for the citizens of our community. And we had to make, again, some very, very difficult choices. Certainly we didn't like to make some of those choices, but we did. But that goes with the job. So I'm very pleased for the ninth year in a row, actually, to present a balanced budget to the citizens of this community.
We have a couple of questions that have come in around Victoria Economic Development Corporation. Let me try to combine these. And Judge Pozzi, you'll start. Please explain to us about your experience with the VEDC, and if they were to be cut, how much of a savings this would provide to the county taxpayers?
Well, I've answered most of that question before. I've been associated with VEDC for approximately the last 10 years, certainly very closely the last 8 years in office. We've worked very, very closely with them on many projects. I've said before, I'll say again, they continue to do an outstanding job day in and day out, drawing business and business opportunities to this community. They've had some great successes. Obviously, we've missed out on some opportunities, but those things are going to happen in any community. I look for that growth to continue because I've seen and worked with and know the kind of work these people do. What effect it would have on the county budget, it's in the budget. Public access, I think Victoria County for 2011 has $15,000 budgeted to VEDC for the next budget year. At times it's been more than that, at times it has been less than that, but that's what we have budgeted for next year.